What's up, everybody? It's Hungar. You know him, you love him, you get tired of his bullshit. But I'm here anyway because it is Thursday and I'm bored. Ha ha. Planet Tabor, how you doing, buddy? Woot woot. I'm actually in the middle of eating. I made some really, really good Japanese curry with some chicken tonkatsu. Don't you wish your girlfriend could cook like me? And some rice. O'Neill, how you doing, buddy? I'm happy. Went to the doctor today, went to see my surgeon, and everything's healing up well, and there's a good chance I will not need surgery in the near future. So I'm staying my happy ass out of the hospital. I'm full. Yeah, the weather got a little bit decent today. It jumped up to around 50 degrees. And then it decided to rain all over me. But I don't know if you guys watched Double D or if you caught the show last night. Great show, by the way. It was. But that jackass who was doing the review of the Conan book, talking smack about Howard like that. Deej, right up. Yeah, the guy who was offended by Conan. That dude made it on my list. And not on the good side. You know. Here. Let's make it even better. That motherfucker made it on the naughty list. He made it on the naughty list. Yes, he did. That son of a bitch right there, man. I hated everything about that dude. Everything. I severely wanted to punch him right in his frickin' throat. Hey there, it is Hungar. No, Hungar's got the hat on because I'm talking about the guy who was totally bad talking Robert E. Howard and Conan from a book review, and I put the hat on to put him on the naughty list. And how are you doing there, Father Aaron? That guy was so offended by Conan, calling him a rapist. Conan has never raped anybody because he doesn't believe in grapes. Oh, when people say, "What would Jesus do to me, Father Aaron?" I say he'd flip over tables and beat people with a rope because he would. When everybody's like, you got to think, what would Jesus do? It's like, he would beat the heresies. That's what he would do. So don't come at me with all that. I've got to be peaceful and loving to everybody. Because I don't. Because sometimes you just got to beat somebody with a rope. You know what I mean? What is up, Majors Musings?
Hello. My camera's not working for some reason, so you're gonna have to go Avatar.
Your camera's not working because you don't want to be seen associated with me.
Hello. My camera's not working for some reason, so you're gonna have to go Avatar. There's my.
Your camera's not working because you don't want to be seen associated with me.
That's not it at all. For some reason, I tried. It says camera not connected, but since it's an internal camera on a laptop, I don't know why it's not connected. I mean, I theoretically could log out and reboot.
Are we still getting a repeat?
No, I muted the tab. That's why I was getting a repeat.
Awesome. Be right back. Take over.
Oh, great. Hello, everybody. Hello, Planet Tobor TV. Good to see you. Hello, Dungeon Minister. More Clericon stuff coming, I hope. Yes. Hello, Mr. Max. That's it. That's all I got. Doing the voice greats after a while. So here I'm now the unofficial host of Hello Crafting Gamer. Hello Elfbait. I'll just say hello to everybody who pops in. When are we getting another episode? It is actually almost ready to go. I have to film the puppetry and insert it. I was testing some light and stuff. And I was chatting with John, the old geek, earlier. So hopefully in a couple of days. But the first Clericon review cap is in the editing suite. It's pretty much complete. I just have to insert the puppet scenes.
Well, you're finally going to post a video. That is wonderful.
Yes, I've had my vacation and I am back. I've recorded 3 other videos this week. The audio files are in the hands of my sound guy. I have to still take pictures of the tableaus of the minis and all that. So I got to devote a day to that. And, but stuff is coming.
That's what she said.
Hopefully, yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see you back making videos and stuff, man.
I needed a wee break, longer than I thought. I mean,
dude, I took a break, and I was in the hospital, and I had 2 surgeries, and I still made videos.
Yes, well,
toughen it up. He's strong like Hungar.
He's strong like Hungar. Well, I think a lot is behind me. My place sold a while ago. I think you knew that. And
yeah, congratulations.
We close on Wednesday, so once that's all done, the lawyers are pestering me for some more ID information, but.
That's great. A buddy of mine, he is closing. He just he just put on a house, just got accepted, and he closes in February. Everything is just doing well for the bros, which is something that I really, really like to see. I like to see when things go good for folks. I don't like to see when negativity happens. So I'm excited for you, man, selling your house, getting into a smaller place. Although I know that was not a good thing for you at the time. It might be a good thing for you in the future.
Yeah. Well, I had to purge a lot of stuff. That's for sure. I don't have as much junk anymore. So
that means you can go shopping.
I can go shopping. Yeah. No, I want to do some further purging and keep things nice and tight. But yeah, no, it's just sort of plugging away. January's through. I'm going to Columbus, Ohio next month. So
dude, you're not going to be far away from me.
How far are you from Columbus?
Like 7-8 hours.
Oh, well, I don't have the luxury of taking a 7-hour detour, but I'm going to be in Columbus because I'm doing a card tournament. $1,000 on the line. Hopefully, I can bring home the bacon.
I hope you win it. Yeah. I got a question for Cal, real quick. Where the hell were you last night? Double D was missing his moderator, bro. You're going to be really close to the Squirrel Hermit.
I think we might even be passing through his area, yeah, because we're coming down through Niagara and then south of Lake Erie.
Yeah, Squirrel Hermit's right there in Ohio. He's only 3 hours away.
3 hours, yeah. Well, I'll be in Columbus for the from the 22nd to the I'll arrive on the 23rd to the 26th of February. Yeah, Max, it's gonna be an overpower tournament.
Now, Squirrel Hermit, I'd never seen him cheese as much as I did last night when he was on the Four Color Cafe and the writer for Harn was on there with him.
Right? I knew Bear was doing that, but I didn't tune in.
Yeah, Squirrel was just the happiest little Ohio and Harn enthusiast you've ever seen.
I can imagine. Yeah, I never played Harn. I keep hearing about it. Isn't it like basically hyper focused on details to give it that simulation feel? Is that the big thing about Harn?
I don't know, but I finally put some decoration up on my wall.
Zoom in. What's that a map of?
That is a map of Arduin.
Arduin. Okay.
I won a contest on Shadow's channel when he was doing the giveaway, and I could pick any book and any miniature. So I got the Black Dragon that I'm actually going to send a Shadow to put together because it's a metal figure and I don't have the stuff to do it. I've got a tube of super glue. It's pretty much what I've got here. And instead of choosing the book, I already have two of the books. I have the two main books. So I was like, send me that wall map because it looked good on my wall. And I've had it for about 2 months. But situations have kept me from hanging it. And the other day, Brian from Weird World War II said that I needed some decoration on my wall because it was looking very barren. So last night I hung the picture, the map. And I plan on getting some more stuff, but I don't know. Well, on the wall in front of me, I've got all of my religious icons. You know, I got the Last Supper, I got St. George and the Dragon, I got Michael defeating the devil, and I've got a big cross because, well, you know, I'm Christian and I like to celebrate that stuff. And I like to look at religious stuff. That's just what I like. So I got that in front of me, and I contemplated putting it behind me, but then I won't get to look at it as much when I'm on my computer. So, you know,
There's logic there. Yes. I wish I could activate my camera. I got a bunch of art myself that I want to put up, and it's like, I don't have the wall space. I got a friend of mine gave me a parchment drawn Empire Strikes Back poster. So it's like on old school style parchment and colored in. It looks really nice. I put it on a frame. I just need to find a wall space for it.
Yeah, it's like I like maps. I guess I'm a little bit like Bilbo when it comes to that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put some maps up. You know, I like looking at maps. I like maps. Maps are neat. But yeah, you didn't watch Double D last night when he was reviewing that guy talking about how Conan the Barbarian was a racist, sexist, rapist.
I did not know. I have been, when I'm not, doing stuff during the day, I've been buried myself into, a friend of mine loaned me his PS4, so I've been revisiting Skyrim and hiding under warm blankets because I'm now in a cold basement instead of a tropically warm apartment. And so I just, I've been that's been my mental health time, is returning to Skyrim.
I've got Skyrim on my computer and I've never really played it. I played it on Xbox and PS a little bit. And I played it on my computer a little bit, but I've never really played a lot of Skyrim. Oh, look at this morose looking fool.
Hello. We're the bearded crew, except that mine is fake wool. And
brother. Well, I thought I'd do an evening stream. I've been contemplating doing Thursday evening streams here for a while. Because really nobody does a lot of streaming on Thursday, and all of my stuff is done during the day when most people are at work. So I thought that I would do an evening. Cal, good to see you, buddy. So here we are. I was talking about what you talked about in your video earlier. That dude made it up on my list. He didn't read enough Conan stories to actually understand Conan. You can't go on and you can't rip Conan from reading like 4 short stories in the first book.
He's
didn't-
probably reacting to the reputation of the author.
He
That's what
went,
I would say.
he went and read the book. Okay, so R.E. Howard was a cowboy, a modern day gangster of his time. You know, he carried a pistol with him everywhere he went.
So
He wore the gangster clothes, the freaking hat and the suits and stuff. Carried a 38 in his pocket. He was from Texas. That's the way they were in Texas at the time. If you're going to go and look for everything negative in any book that you've ever read, then you're just going to find stuff that you don't like.
Well, you'll find what you're looking for, even if it's not there, even if you just project it.
Yeah.
what they call that, confirmation bias.
I read Conan, and I've read all of his books. Hell, I've even read the Elsprig de Camp stuff, which I think is, about nowhere near as good as Howard's stuff.
Well, Elsprig de Camp, for some reason, wanted to make Conan more of a hero
Conan's not a hero; he's anti-hero.
and less of the way R.E. Howard wrote. But like I said in comments last night, and I think I said it on my stream, if he hated R.E. Howard, I can only imagine how he'd feel about H.P. Lovecraft. Because, H.P. Lovecraft is constantly attacked by all these jerk-offs, none of whom actually know anything about anything. And also, it's like, okay, if I write a book and a character in the book is racist, does that make me racist?
Well, according to the woke mob, yes.
All
Right.
I gotta say about that guy's review on Conan is that shit was nuts.
That shit was almonds? What?
That
No.
shit was bananas. BANANA. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So since we're a bunch of like DMs and stuff, right? So if we make a character in our game that has some kind of animus or racist feelings against another race, then we're the bad people.
But that is actually the thinking, though. Like, and I have met a couple of people, not too many. It's not they're not pervasive, but who believe that very idea that the beliefs of your world are your beliefs in some extent, and so you get weird looks.
Right.
Look at what
Because,
Elfbait
in Tolkien, the elves and dwarves did not like each other.
Look at what Elfbait says. Conan lived in a world where there was tension between peoples. He was opposed to slavery. There were many cases of him treating women with dignity as well as being a rake. So Conan loved Valeria.
Mhm.
Conan loved Valeria with every inch of his soul.
Conan, the one Conan really fell in love with was Belette.
He loved Belette. Didn't she get killed?
He did love Belette. Like that was one he fell for pretty hard. But yeah, so basically if you run, hey, how you doing, Dungeon Minister? I'm sorry you got to take off. If you run a world like MERPS, where dwarves automatically have some animosity towards elves, then these people who cannot apparently separate reality from fantasy freak out. And it's just like, it is sad, really, is what it is. Bear, calm down.
It's the same, the story. The reason that the story with Legolas and Gimli being such good friends for so long. I mean, shit. Legolas built a boat by hand and took Gimli to the Forever Isles, to the islands.
Right.
First dwarf ever to step on there. Their
Well,
friendship
they
would
were
have
like
been as
the
meaningful in the story if there was an animosity between dwarves and
They
elves.
were the first dwarf and elf, I think, to ever be friends.
Yeah, it's like when Gimli says, "I can't believe I'm going to die next to an elf," and he's like, "How about a friend?"
Right.
I haven't read the book in a while. Was that even a quote from the book, or is that strictly the movie?
That probably is the movie. I haven't
Yeah.
read the book since.
It's
my
probably
teen.
the movie, but it still made a lot of sense.
It's still a
because
good line,
Gimli and Legolas started off hating each other when they were at the frickin'
Well, yeah, there was a lot of mistrust because when the elves needed the dwarves most, the dwarves locked the gates.
yeah. They hated each other when they were at Rivendell. They end up in a party together. There was a lot of animosity during the beginning, and they grew to be best friends.
Right.
Mhm.
And everybody loves that. Everybody loves a redemption story. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, it's not even redemption so much as like because individually they were good people. Like it was them overcoming their enmity. That's what works. It's very optimistic. It's very positive. It's like, see, we can set aside our differences. We are good people, and we recognize that while we have had hostility between our peoples, we can put it aside, and it's a very positive message.
yeah.
Zadarok, what's up? Insert name says that the shop vac in the background is a prop. James recently got mixed up with a LARP group where everyone plays cleaning service employees. Don't ask.
That would be a really good cover for like Cyberpunk or Shadowrun.
Yeah, because there's never been a time in which
showed up to
nations,
the office wearing like Dickie's work gear with a name tag, random name tag, and a bunch of cleaning supplies.
that shop vac has googly eyes on it.
That my wife bought that for me for Christmas like 5 years ago. It's one of my favorite things in the world. And if I turn it around, it's got two big googly eyes that my daughter glued on it, and where the on-off switch is. So it's like a nose. So it looks like it's always smiling at you. But yeah, the night I exploded the sink, that thing saved our ass, man. Because I was messing around with the garbage disposal wasn't working, broke the supply line. So then I had to run outside as fast as I could and turn the water off at the meter.
And then use the shop vac to clean
And by
everything
the time
up.
I got back, the whole main middle part of the house was flooded.
My
And
old lady,
throwing towels down, and then my wife was like, "Wait a minute, you've got a shop vac."
my old lady recently bought me a shop vac. Last time she was here, we went to Walmart. And she's like, "You need a shop vac for the house."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Yes, I do."
especially in here when I'm always cutting plastic up into little strips and stuff.
We have flood
You can't
warnings all
use
the
a
time.
normal vacuum cleaner here.
Where I live, at the bottom of two major hills, we have flood warnings.
Right.
So a shop vac is just something you want to have in this area.
Do
Now,
you
when I
have
move,
red mud where you are?
when I move up to Kentucky, I'm going to need a shop vac to vacuum up all the red mud that gets on my shoes after I walk outside.
Well, you just gotta. What I would suggest is take your shoes off when you walk in the house.
Yeah, take shoes off at the door, but then when the mud dries up, you knock it off and you vacuum it up with shop vac.
Right.
I know how to do it. I've lived up in the mountains and the hills before. I'm a transplant hillbilly from Florida. I'm hillbilly blood.
Like the worst of two worlds, Florida man, but you live
Florida
up
man hillbilly. Yeah.
in Appalachia now. It's like, this guy's crazy. But you saw what I got printed out earlier, I will imagine.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's cool.
It's you.
I know. I'm cool.
Oh, okay. So what else are you guys talking about? I'm waiting for my wife to get back from getting her hair.
I had a doctor's appointment with the surgeon today.
I don't want to talk about that.
Everything's healed up fine, and I won't need any new surgeries anytime soon.
Yeah, that's TMI. I don't need to know that.
Everybody needs to know that because people worry about Hungar.
Right. Hearing that he doesn't have to go back to the hospital in the near future is good news.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good news.
You can use the exhaust of the shop vac as a leaf blower. RPG exhaust. That's one thing I didn't know. Use Planet
When
Table.
my air conditioner started flooding because I knew nothing about taking care of the air conditioner, I poured bleach in the pan that catches the moisture. And then I took the shop vac outside where the little drip valve is or whatever it is. And I cupped it and turned it on. And it was like, you know. So, yeah, we were worried because we're like, dude, we got a leak in our roof. It's like, you know, we've got all this water just coming out in the garage. And no, it turned out, my buddy explained to me because he's owned a house for a long, long time. So he's like, no, bro, there's like a drip thing in there that catches moisture and you just gotta.
I figured I should have bought a house in the 80s when instead of going to like second grade, and then life would have been a lot easier for me now. Nerd's nerd.
Like our
Not only did Gimli go with Legolas on a ship to the islands, Legolas built the ship himself by hand to take Gimli to the Isles. They were best friends for their entire lives.
well, after going through everything they went through, how could they not be?
Yeah.
So on top of that as well, he's a shipwright. Talk about a Mary Sue.
Well, I mean,
everything he can do.
The thing with Legolas though is he was
He was
old.
old. Everybody
Like,
thought Gimli was old, and Legolas was like 5 times older than Gimli.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gimli wasn't old though. Gimli was young.
Gimli was pissed off that he didn't get to go with Thorin to the Lonely
Right, because
Mountain.
he was young. But
He was only a few years
was
younger.
alive in the Second Age or some shit.
Yeah, he was only a few years younger than Fili and Kili. That's why he was so pissed off, because they let Fili and Kili go, but they didn't let him go.
Yeah, Max says they died on the way. Max, we like to think that they made it.
In the lore, they did not die on the way.
So, what do you guys think about the Rings of Power?
They suck.
And thus concludes our review portion of the show.
It is just, and I hate to be this guy, and I'm going to be this guy, and I apologize in advance. Ladies, I apologize in advance. But the Rings of Power, Star Wars, blah, 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 it just proves you cannot put a woman in charge of anything. Because I don't know why. You can put her in charge of a house. She'll run a house. She'll run my wife is a manager at a pharmaceutical company. But if it's some kind of nerd shit, don't put a woman in charge of it, because you're going to end up with garbage. But those eyebrows, anyway, yeah, they actually exist, Max. If you read the Silmarillion, they even have a map of them.
It's paradise. They hang out bored all day playing checkers.
But then I think the main god of you definitely need your better half to have a good home. But maybe it's not fair to blame Kathleen Kennedy for everything in Star Wars. I mean, she's had that little weasel helping her out too. But
there was no reason to believe
the power thing is just like
rewinding 10 years. There was no reason to believe Kathleen Kennedy would screw up Star Wars.
She did great with Indiana Jones, didn't she?
Yeah, like her track record for producing films is more hit than miss. The problem is that, of course, at the time she didn't have necessarily any veto power. I think she was acting in capacity of strictly a producer, making sure that the creatives had what they need to get. Once she was put into the creative outlet, and I think she was making decisions, and she's just not necessarily of the creative bent. So she was making decisions to satisfy her point of view, her own ego, and that doesn't make for good storytelling. And plus, on top of that, and I think their decisions, apart from her, I'm speculating, of course, but I mean, when Disney acquired Star Wars, they're like, okay, well, we want to do what's familiar. So when they did Episode 7, all they did was rehash what had come before. Right. Whatever you might think of the prequels, they were at least different. Every one of the prequels was a different movie. Every one of the original Star Wars movies was a different movie. Whereas when they got to the Disney films, they just no, we got to do what worked before because that's where the money is. It's like, well,
I tell
no.
you what, they did fantastic on
I liked Rogue One.
Rogue One was great.
I didn't like it. I thought it had potential, but from a narrative perspective, it was still lacking a lot of key elements. Like it's one of those scripts that could have used another draft or two to really refine it. And I understand that apparently there's a director's cut out there because they did some mandated edits, the usual studio mandated edits that completely changed the tone of it. So I'd be curious to see what the director's original plan was for it.
I liked it because it reminded me a lot of Empire.
It had a lot of good elements, 100%. Like it's just as the overall package, I was underwhelmed. I liked the final act as much as people love that whole Vader scene at the end in the hallway. I don't.
My favorite part is the rebels breaking into that world and like all the fighting that was going on. And
I like the creative decision to use the unused footage from the original Star Wars to explain why Blue Squadron had been destroyed, right? And they had all this extra footage of the various actors from the 70s. So I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
And that again, the final act had the imperative, had the tension and the stakes there. They just, there's a few questionable choices. But yeah, it is. You're right, though. It is the best thing that Disney has possibly put out in terms of Star Wars movies.
When the robot smacks the girl to the ground and says, "I'm here to rescue you. Do not resist," that was just awesome.
I thought, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm sentimental here. A nerd's nerd. Hey, I just printed out those Hungar miniatures in 3 different sizes, so I can make a dwarf, a human, and a giant.
Nerds, I agree with you on that.
I had to use my Mars 2 because my Saturn 2 LCD screen burned out or whatever. But the Mars 2 Pros are still good. It's so weird having a 10x6 build plate and then having to go back to like a 6x3.5. And I'm used to being able to just put 100 things on a build. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I got a little emotional in the end when the Death Star blasted the planet. And
I'm with nerds here, and I don't care what people say. My Star Wars goes in favorite movies, Empire, because that's either your favorite or you're wrong. Rogue One, A New Hope, and then Jedi.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Rogue One up there in terms of my favorites, but yeah, it is probably the best thing Disney has given us.
Definitely the best thing that Disney has put out.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing Star Destroyers in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's I don't know. But I don't know about any of that. My favorite is Ewok Adventure Part 2 Planet Table.
Planet Table, you're just trolling.
I love it, though. I hate the freaking Ewoks. They're the worst thing.
When I used to play the Star Wars video game, my favorite thing to do would be battle on Endor and just shoot Ewoks.
Just run around just booting them.
The great Ewok hunt.
Shooting them.
Oh, no. There was, in the last one, you could punt them.
That Ewok scream when they get shot. Ah!
What I like, there's Elf Bait. What I like is somebody made a fan film, and it's a Imperial Sentinel from 40K, and the Ewok logs hit it, and they just go dink, and then you see the Sentinels just turn, and the Ewoks are like,
they're not cannibals because they don't eat each other, but they are people who eat sentient beings because they were totally going to eat Luke.
Yeah, they're meat eaters for sure.
Yeah, they were eating people. Look, they had a bunch of clothes. They had enough spare human clothes that the whole human group could change their clothes.
Yeah.
That means they have ate a lot of people.
And they apparently have dry cleaning because they pressed all the clothes of the people they killed.
I'd
Getting
much
lucky.
rather have had half as many Wookiees than twice as many Ewoks.
Ewoks. Yeah. Well, it was originally supposed to be Wookiees. They made
See, that
the
would've been cool.
they made the merchandising decision to make cute, cuddly bears that they could sell rather than Wookiees.
Well, I
One
gotta
of
give
them is
Bruce
wearing a
his
skull
hat.
of a humanoid alien on his hat. That is true.
Yeah.
They were little barbaric bastards that were eating people and shit and, worshiping a gold robot.
Yeah, that sounds like a theme from like a Gamma World game.
That
Almost
would be
like,
an interesting Gamma World game.
or Planet of the Apes. Those weirdos that were living in the sewers worshiping the bomb.
Fallout?
No, Planet of the Apes. I think the second one.
Yeah, and the second one, the human mutants.
Well, they do have some weirdos worshiping a bomb in Fallout.
They do. That's right in Megaton, right? The first thing in Fallout 3.
Yeah, if you want to be a jerk, you can detonate
You can
it.
nuke them. Yeah.
And then later on, you find the woman you're talking to, and she's a ghoul.
She's a goal. Yeah. If you
Yep.
started the quest for the Wasteland Survival Guide,
Look at
becomes
us,
essential.
man. But I am currently, I'll show you because I'm waiting for my wife to bring me home something to eat after I am currently working on Casca.
Nice.
That's from Berserk.
That's from Berserk. I've already painted up most of the Dark Apostles, and I've already got my Griffin done, which this could be Griffin, or this could be when he was being the White Hawk.
It's still Griffin when he's being the White Hawk.
Yeah. So I've got Griffin done. The problem with the Apostles is, other than Slan, which is the female, they're just mostly black. It's like you paint them, you pick out a couple of details, they're done. So they're not that interesting to paint. And I mean, Guts is not going to be a big deal to paint because he's wearing gray pants and a brown cape and black armor. So you know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever. But Casca, she's got her magenta colored dress and her reddish leather boots, and then her armor and everything. There's a lot more to her. Plus, who knows? Maybe one of the ladies at my table, when we switch over to Dragonbane toward the end of this year, will want to use this character,
Who knows?
Casca always was one of my favorite characters from the Berserk series.
You see, you know which character I'm playing when we play Dragon Age?
Yours?
Yes.
But you have to decide whether it's going to be the human or the dwarf.
Yeah. Squirrel.
I
He
enjoy
was
the
so-
Berserk shows. Yeah, they finally got some new people involved that they're going to finish it all up. Because the
Squirrel was so
creator-
happy last night, man, on Four Color Cafe.
What?
Yeah, he was talking to the guy who invented
Nate
Harn.
Harn.
Harmon?
And Squirrel's a big Harn fanatic. And he got to talk to the dude, just sitting there grinning the whole time.
He wasn't contributing. He was just sitting there smiling. I mean, my
Harn seems like it would be really cool, but and I've told this before, my only real exposure to it is a buddy of mine had the Harn, like, this is back in maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was this big, thick folder all about the Harn world, but it was like loose leaf. It wasn't bound or anything. It was just a plastic sleeve with like,
They put the books out and loose leaf with 3-ring binders.
Crafting Gamers Mom.
Hey, TCG. They put the books out in loose leaf with the holes for a 3-ring binder. So when they put anything extra out, you can just add it in as you Why?
And I remember thinking that is so strange, but I mean, it seemed cool. It seemed cool.
Hey,
Choice.
my first Dungeon Crawl Classic book was in a loose leaf folder.
So what games you guys got coming up?
I've got Cody's game coming up pretty soon, in a couple of weeks. I need to get in touch with him and talk about character.
What game is he running?
He's running a Palladium game that he invited me, and I'm looking really excited about it. The 17th, I've got that game with Bear. The 17th can't get here soon enough. Have a good one, Planet Tabor. And on Sunday, I have my Warhammer game with James.
Me, I only have one game.
I've got Conan is scheduled for tomorrow, Conan Exiles, with Justin and young Master Gregory, and hopefully my brother will hop on and play with us.
It is downloaded. I could do that. I actually also downloaded ESO, and my character's still there, so I'm running around on my level 50 vampire.
ESO.
Elder Scroll Online, right?
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online.
Nerds Nerd, we're playing Warhammer Fantasy Role Playing on Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition.
We're close to the end of the adventures.
Oh, geez, you're 2 books away.
Yeah, that's not far. How many books did it start off with?
5.
Exactly. We're over halfway.
Are you?
If we're
No, you're on. You just started the 3rd book.
Yeah, so we're halfway.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, you guys have just finally made
We
it.
would have been really close to the end if the holidays hadn't happened and we had to skip a month and a half.
Well, I told everybody, you know, when this time of the year comes, you know,
It's busy time.
I mean, it's family time, and I have a lot of relatives that pop in from all kinds of different states and whatnot. So I become incredibly unreliable.
Hey, you know that bracelet you gave Mom at the restaurant?
Yeah.
Give me one and send it to me.
Yeah, I got one on the desk. You mean the one with all the saints?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's just Jesus, Joseph, Mary, and the 12.
Oh, yeah, it's just the coolest people in the history of Earth.
Well, I mean, it's yeah. I've got some of them that are still in the containers, which are cool because they also come with a crucifix that's carved out of olive wood.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool. That is from Israel.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, it's from the Holy Land. It's from the place where he walked around.
Yeah, I'm ready to armor up and retake Constantinople.
All of it. But regardless, I don't want to get into that. So between painting up Casca, I am also doing paint jobs on the Dragonbane figures that they did the STLs for. And they're pretty fun to paint.
You need to start painting that Hungar.
Oh, that Hungar is going to be easy. I'm just painting black. And
with a red beard for the big one?
No, Blackbeard.
Are you turning me into a fire giant?
His skin ebony colored and give him black hair.
You turned me into a fire giant, ain't you?
No, just a black dude.
Oh, cool.
Don't you usually play a black dude?
Most of the time, yeah.
I wonder if there are black dudes in Dragonbane, since it's based on Norwegian or Swedish, Scandinavian stuff.
Let's see. In the Dragonbane role-playing game, are there black people?
If you want to, yes. If you don't, then no. Whatever your world has.
Well, I know when we played Recon, Hungar always played this big black dude named Tyrone. And I played a little skinny guy. I was the point man. I had the carbine.
You gotta say my full name.
And Hungar, Tyrone Katunga Brown. from
That's
Detroit,
right.
Michigan. And I was the little hillbilly that was really good at hunting. So my character was the point man. And Tyrone was really big, so he carried the hog, the 60. He was the 60 gunner. And then we had another guy that played another character, like a medic or something. That was a pretty cool game, man, actually.
I had the black power.
Not a game for ladies, though. Not
I had a black power fist on my helmet. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You were like a freaking
Militant
ghetto
black
eye
dude.
shit.
I was a militant, Black Panther dude.
Yeah, I'm saying like Nation of Islam guy. And my character was a redneck from like somewhere in Appalachia, and I had a Confederate battle banner on my hat. But we were like best friends in the game. We always
Because it doesn't matter what your skin or ethnicity is. As long as you're a cool dude, you're a cool dude.
Well, no, I'm saying it's like, and I know this from experience, like personal experience. Once you're on a team with a bunch of dudes and there's another team, a bunch of dudes across the way that want you dead, you stop caring about stupid shit. Like, it don't matter. The only, like when I was in Iraq, I did not give a shit about anything about the guys that were on my dismount team, except could they do the job?
Yeah.
Or were they going to get my ass killed? And if they could do the job, I don't care what color they are, where they're from, what language they speak. None of that. None of it matters.
I've never really cared about that in anybody, anywhere, anytime. It's like I've always lived a life, and you know this because you've known me my whole life. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Well, look, Hungar, no one can call you a racist.
I don't care if they do.
But if they know you, they can. They can.
Because
as soon as they see your kids and they hear about your dating history, no one can call you.
Because I personify that meme.
I guess some people could they could say that it's
you can call anybody anything.
Internalized white supremacy and black fetishism or something. Because apparently white dudes liking black chicks is like a form of racism. Instead of just what everyone did back when they were kids growing up.
If you try, you can turn anything into racism.
You can. It's amazing. You can literally make everything racist.
Mental gymnastics will do wonders for your point of view. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, people talk smack and it's like, I come from a mixed family. I mean, I make some rough jokes. I do, but they're jokes. I've got nieces, I've got nephews, I've got cousins that are not necessarily 100% white, and I don't care. We still hang out and grill out and stuff.
I joke about everything.
Yeah, and you've got a black daughter and a Puerto Rican daughter.
Yeah. So apparently disliking Ewoks, Ewok Adventures 2 is also very racist.
Yes.
Well, I will wear that title. And Elf Bait, you seem like a really good guy, and I cut you a lot of break because I know that you're from the left coast.
Elf Bait I like Elf Bait. A lot of people.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm saying that when he says stuff, I don't, whatever, because I know where he's from.
Look at this happy father and daughter.
Yep.
That's my baby girl.
She's taller than you now.
She's almost as tall as you, dude.
Yeah. But
she's taller than the Otis, and she calls the Otis the little sister now.
Yeah. I won't say the name. I almost did. Sorry.
You can say her name. I don't care.
Marisol.
Say the name. Say the name.
Marisol. And that one is named after our sister that passed when she was very young. She
was like 28, right?
28, yeah. got into a car accident, and they had to run her to the hospital because it was a bad accident. And the problem is, while they were treating the trauma from the accident, they found out that she had a really virulent, super rare form of liver cancer. And
I'm 5'8".
on a
Here's
good
my
day,
daughter wearing my shirt. She tells everybody she gets her hair from me.
on a good day, Hungar is 5'8". On a normal day, Hungar is 5'6".
You know what? You can eat a dick.
Because when me and him hug, I can rest my chin on his head
Yeah, but you're like 6'2".
on a good day. Just depends on who's measuring you, man. That's why I married a woman that was really small. Her hands are so tiny, it makes your junk look huge.
It
I am
pisses,
hungry.
it pisses me off because our grandfather was like, what, 6'6", 6'7"?
All of them. Him and all of his brothers were almost 7 feet tall.
So you got through
And
the run for the
Married
litter.
that 4'11" woman.
Yeah, our grandfather married a woman who was 4'11".
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta leave, guys.
Well,
Wifey just walked in and she has something for me to eat.
you have a wonderful day. Tell the wife I said hi and I love her, and I love you too, brother.
All right,
Cheers,
thanks
babe.
for inviting me on, guys. It's
I
good
said I
hanging out.
love you.
Love you too. Always have.
Look at him. He's all embarrassed and shit.
No, I'm like, I love you. Always have.
Always will.
Right? Braveheart.
Yep. I'm not going to do this much longer either, but I did want to come on and tell everybody hi, let everybody know what was going on in the life of Hungar the Starvarian. I know you guys are all sitting on the edge of your seats wondering, is he in the hospital? Is he home?
Well, he's clearly home. So I know it's 10 months in advance. Are you coming to ClearCon?
I try not to make any long-term plans with my health being the way it is.
But do you have assuming your health is in good shape, do you have?
I want to come to ClearCon. If I can go to ClearCon, I plan on driving up. Yes.
Marvelous.
And if I drive up, I'm going to swing by Justin's house and kidnap his silly ass.
He's not far,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up through Michigan.
I've made the arrangements with John, the old geek. I'm going to pick him up from the airport, so he's got a place to stay, and we can go. So he's coming. He's planning to come. He has to get his passport in order.
Yeah, I'm still working on my passport. Squirrel, you're planning on going? If I'm able to go, do you want to carpool up? I can swing by your place in Ohio.
Talk to Cody as well. Like maybe you guys who are
anybody in my Tennessee area. Now, I'm not saying that I'm definitely going to go, but I am planning on going. So anybody in my immediate area within like an 8-hour drive, if you want to go, let me know. Because I got a vehicle that seats 6.
We can get an epic group shot of all of us together in person.
You know how awesome would it be to see the YouTube crew all together? ClearCon up in
Glen Williams, Ontario.
Elf Bay, I'm only an hour away from Cody in Tennessee.
We got a group shot at this year's. It was me, Grumpy Old Slam, Hexed Press, Todd from Hexed Press, Daniel from Bandits Keep, and Dungeon Minister. So we want to top that. We want to get a whole ton of us.
Okay, Mr. Max, I was an over-the-road truck driver. 8 hours is nothing. It was like my parents lived 90 miles away, and I'm like, I'm just going down the road to my parents' house. It's like, right down the road, 90 miles, one way. So it's like, when I can drive for days. I used to drive from Florida to California, California to Ohio, Ohio back to Florida in a week. So driving don't bother me. And I never have to pull over for things because of medical issues. So it works out great. I just load up on a bunch of water and I'm good to go. ClareCon, I really want to go to. I really like everybody who's involved. I haven't been to Canada since college. So I think it would be great. I'd also like to hit Biggest Geekus's.
Yeah, he's up in Sarnia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Squirrel, he travels for a living too. So it's like when I move up to Kentucky in April, it's like I'll be even closer to Canada. But yeah, Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw. Sorry, I was thinking from my perspective, I'd go through Sarnia to get there when I was looking at the map. But yes.
Yeah, that'd be close to me also. And if I go up to Michigan, I can visit my nephew who lives up there, him and his wife. So it's like, yeah, I need to get out and do a little bit more visiting and stuff because with the way my health is, everybody knows hunger ain't going to be around forever.
You're going to outlive us all.
I better not, you bastard.
Just pure willpower.
But yeah, I want to get out and visit. I also need to go to Florida this year, pretty soon. My middle child's birthday is at the end of this month. I don't know what I'm going to get her yet. Get her something cool. She'd be 14. In Kentucky, that wouldn't be too young for a gun, but in Florida, it might be. But I don't know. Florida has very lax gun laws, too. I don't know.
So Mr. Max thought Saginaw was pronounced Sagina.
Well, everything is not pronounced the way you expect it to be, Frenchie.
I think he's just being dirty.
He's always being dirty. I'm gonna channel my Mr. Max, and women deserve to be in the kitchen, which I agree with. But I'm a better cook than my old lady. But I do love when my old lady comes home because my house always gets improvements. Like we actually got a real shower curtain instead of just the one that goes on the outside of the shower curtain. Because I don't know what buying a shower curtain. It's a shower curtain. I don't know. And like everything gets cleaned up really, really good, and my laundry gets done really nice and folded instead of spending its life in the dryer where I know where it's at. I realized last time my old lady came home that I actually have coat hangers in my closet. That was neat.
Nice little perk, I guess, if you weren't expecting it. I don't know.
I guess I come into the room and I see her hanging up my clothes, and I'm like, wow. Yeah, when is Biggest Geekus's con?
I think it's in September, isn't it? Probably a month before Claricon.
September is a good month for traveling. Hey, Bear, he shows up toward the end of the show. Look at
there.
him.
Hello, sir.
Mid-September.
Yeah, Big Geek Cog's about a 4-hour drive for me. So it's not too bad.
Dude, you should hit Big Geek Con too.
Depending on circumstances, I might.
Yeah, I'd like to hit the smaller cons of the people who are actually, I like. Instead of all these big cons. Who knows? When I get up to Kentucky and get settled in, I might do a Hungar Con. That would be kind of fun.
Starvericon.
Starvericon, that's right. The Starvericon. Everybody's invited. Bear, we need to get you up to Claricon. That would be fun.
Last I talked to him about it, he said he was thinking of going, but
Elfbait says, call it Hungar Strike. Dear Lord, of course. Ewok Adventures 2 Con.
There we are. We got it. That's it.
Iron Man, I really enjoyed meeting you guys a second. I had a really great time. Yeah, I'm sure that all these like smaller cons have to be a lot of fun. I've been to the big cons in Orlando, Comic Con and shit like that. And then there's a middle school close to my house down in Florida, and they used to do a BattleTech con every year. And it was a smaller con, and I always had so much more fun at the smaller BattleTech con than I did at ClareCon, dealing with a gazillion people.
I just want to answer Bear here. He says he's planning on it, but depends on when and money. Well, money I can't help you with, but the when is October 25th, 26th, and 27th.
It's 3 days. You can do it, Bear. Quit being a little loose.
Aaron
You're too big to be a wuss.
Aaron made the announcement, and those are the days. So October 25th to 27th.
Like I told you yesterday in chat, I won't call you by your real name, but I might call you Daddy. Yeah, that got awkward.
Daddy Bear, Papa Bear,
Papa Bear. All right, I just put the link in the chat if anybody wants to jump on.
Given what happened to Shadow last week, I wouldn't be putting the public link.
I don't let people on that I don't know.
Okay, fair. I guess you do have to approve them. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to approve them to let them on. So that's the way it is. Oh, Bear's coming on. Nice. Let's add him to the stage. What's up, Big Daddy Bear?
Starvericon is the better name.
No, you don't want to go with Ewok Adventure 2, Con?
No, I don't want to see Lucasfilm and Disney crawl up his ass sideways.
Oh, let them try.
They will succeed. When it comes to that, that's
if
their
it's on a Friday, I might enjoy it.
You're so fucking broken.
You like your new name?
Aren't we all?
Bear, you like your new name on Discord or on StreamYard?
What'd you chant, Big Danny Bear? That's lovely. It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Everybody, well, a certain person was trying to dox him yesterday.
Who? The
Cock
Cock
Womble.
Womble? Did you see John's video?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You don't gotta stash me no coins, Squirrel Hermit. I appreciate it. Because I'm planning a trip to Vancouver to see some friends in the spring, and that's going to be a very expensive outing. So I have to make.
If Slan comes, you can possibly arrange a ride with him. That'll share the travel expenses. So who knows?
And if worse comes to worse, you can room up with me.
No. I'm a grown ass adult. I'll get my own damn room by myself. Thank you very much.
We could get a king size bed and snuggle.
No, because you're gonna want to be Big Spoon.
Oh no, I'm Little Spoon, baby, all day, every day.
That's even worse.
So you get a live stream Bear spooning Hungar. I think if you set that, you might get enough money in super chats to pay bills.
Big Daddy Bear
violate the terms and services of YouTube, though.
Big Daddy Bear, paint me like you do your French girls.
Yes, Eli. Cock Womble tried to dox Daddy Bear.
Yeah,
he tried his bullshit again. It's like Moron thinks that the name I use for my writing is my legal name. It's like, no, you moron.
I told everybody my legal name yesterday. I don't give a fuck. Try to approach me if I don't know you.
Anyway,
I'm like Mr. Rogers. Stay strapped or get capped.
Yeah. So I just had a nap after work because I'm doing a game tonight and I have to be awake. Only Bears.
Is it the 17th yet? Is it the 17th yet?
It's not the 17th yet, man.
Damn it, Jim.
Sorry, man.
I'm a doctor, not a... Oh, wait.
Damn it, Janet. I love you. There you go.
I'll be right back. Time for coffee.
Okay. How you doing, Sean?
I'm okay. I've been productive this week.
Nice. We're going to start taking it personal that you never come by the Four Color Cafe anymore.
You were doing Harn. I know nothing about Harn.
No, but you've missed like 20 in a row, dude.
I've missed a few because you're doing topics I don't talk about, or it's a time when I'm busy.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm good with it. Cody's good with it, but Brian, he's sensitive.
He's taking it personally. Yeah, well, I haven't popped in on one of his streams lately either. So it's
he's starting, and he's gonna cry, and no one wants to see that.
All right, I'll pop in and say hi to him so he doesn't cry.
How's the weather up in TO?
Rainy. It's over zero. It's the temperature's gone up, so it's snow is melting and it's rainy, but it's supposed to go down again. So that means it's going to be icy.
I got up to take a whiz in the middle of the night last night, 3 a.m., and I walk into the living room, turn on the light, and Beans has a mouse in his mouth. And it took me 30 minutes to get the thing away from him. The thing was still alive, badly beaten, but it was still alive. I finally got it away from him, took it outside, and figured, you know what? It's freezing rain, but you got a better chance out here than you do inside with these two cats. So good luck,
The moment you turn your back, a hawk swoops down.
Yeah, exactly. An owl just out of nowhere, whatever the case may be. But it was just like, good God, like I have lived in basement suites for years, and I have never had a mouse before. You know what I mean?
I had mice at my old place when I was in Bloor West.
Oh,
wow. Of course, my ex, too squeamish. She's, you have to deal with this. Like, all right. So, 2 a.m. we hear thwack. It's like, get up. And, it's kind of heartbreaking because you get a mouse with his back broken, front end squealing. It's like, put on the gloves.
My parents had them at the cottage one time, and I used the sticky traps.
Right.
Those things are fucking useless. These mice were like using them for like breakdance pads, man. It's insane. But yeah, so my landlady's like, oh my God, I hope there's not mice. I'm like, it's one mouse. There's no other signs of mice in the house. Might have come in when we opened the garage door. Might have come in through a pipe. You never know with mice.
Mice can squeeze in through the smallest of holes.
Yeah,
so
they're pretty industrious little fuckers. But I've also got two giant fucking cats. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They'll learn not to come a calling.
Oh yeah, they'll get the smell, and that'll be it. They'll avoid the place. But it was also really cold, so that could have been it too. The cat, a couple of days of really cold weather.
The animals will go in deep. Yep.
But that's done.
Yes.
Still not how I expected to. It's just like go pee, go back to bed. That was my plan. No. We're going to play catch a mouse from a cat. Like this is his, like, he went feral on it. Like he was like, his brother would try and get close to it, and he'd be like, with this thing in his mouth, and I'd get close and he'd be like, and I was like, okay, we're gonna play this game, aren't we?
Interesting. He wasn't trying to bring it to you as a gift.
No, because it wasn't dead yet.
Right.
So he was still in the process of murder. So cats are they're really good at murders.
Yes. I love that revelation that when cats bring a dead animal to you, it's because they think you're an idiot, you're an imbecile, and don't know how to hunt.
Yeah. You're really bad at hunting. Yeah.
They're trying to feed you.
Anyway, they're fine today. They're being the boys today, but it's funny. Very weird. Wow, thank you, RPG Exiles. That's fucking disturbing.
You said the other day, sorry, I only half caught it, that we're going on break for Sojourner?
No, Sojourner's staying. I was a mistake. I used the wrong word because, campaign's getting murdered in my head. Odyssey. I'm doing a session of Odyssey tonight that we missed. And then Odyssey's going on break because James is going to Europe for 3 months with his wife.
Got it.
So we're going to play something else while he's gone. But no, Sojourner's not going on hiatus. That was just a misspoke. They all blend. They're all just one giant Star Trek campaign in my head.
Star Trek universe.
I'm back, bitches.
Welcome back.
He's back and he's hungry.
Actually, I am stuffed. I ate a big old plate of chicken tonkatsu with Japanese curry and rice, and it was delicious.
I need to get me some food.
Wearing my anime shirt, because if you're having Japanese, you might as well wear an anime shirt.
Nope, I'm not too easy. Not taking that shot.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Take a shot.
I was gonna say, is that what you do when you're at a horror house in Tokyo? You wear your anime shirt because you're eating Japanese?
Hell yeah. Also, I made extra curry, so tomorrow when I have my ramen noodles, I will drain the broth from the ramen noodles, put curry and shrimp with my ramen. Well, you're from Fishing Town.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. I went to have sushi one time on a date. This girl took me out for sushi. I put one piece in my mouth, and it tasted like my hometown smelled. I was like, nope, this isn't nope. You know, that type of reaction.
Your girlfriends must hate you then.
Ha ha! You're funny. Looking.
No surgeries for a while. I'm excited.
That's good news.
Yeah, the doctor said everything is healing up nicely.
That's excellent news.
Yeah, I was really excited about that. Stay out of the hospital for a while. Hell yeah.
So you've been on for an hour? Wow.
And 11
Hey, Cody.
minutes. Cody, I'm glad you were here. I'm sending you a link. I want you to join because I have questions for you, Cody. Questions that need
I bet you Raven's using the computer and he can't come.
to be answered. They just have to be answered.
We all wait with bated breath for Cody to reply.
Don't let me down, Cody. Don't let me down. Don't let. I need to talk to the codester. Codelicious.
So we're back up then, Sojourner, on Tuesday then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good to know.
I was like, you're like, well, I can't play. I've already made 18 different plans. I'm Sean.
No, I was
Codelicious.
gonna
So suspicious. Make the voice go.
confirm
go.
everything. It's a busy week next week, but Tuesday is clear. Wednesday I close on my place, so I got
Oh, good news.
deliver
Nice.
the house and or deliver the keys and do all that and get my Monday.
Good for you, man.
Monday is my 5e game, which is back.
Look who's back. Back again. 5E's back. Fuck
only
your
thing-
friends.
No, scheduled is my OSE game. So once I'm caught up with the recaps, there are no more recaps. But Night Below is back, so the Night Below recaps are going to be coming.
The Codemeister. Yes, Cody, I have questions about our game coming up. It's not that far off, and I have questions that need to be answered.
The Coderino, the Code Man, making coffee.
The Codester. My cousin Jesse, I used to babysit him and his brother when they were young, and he broke his collarbone. So every time, I was over there, I'd be like, Jester with a broken collarbone, trying to do the flips. Doing that old Saturday Night Live skit. He loved it. He thought it was hilarious. He lives in New Zealand now, just had a
There
baby
you are.
with his
There it
Filipino.
is. There it is. Told you he wasn't going to make it. I told you, son.
Son of the bitch.
What are the questions you have for him? Perhaps he can answer them
One.
by typing the answers.
One, okay. What kind of? I mean, I need to make a character. What other types of player? What are the?
I thought you were doing a
Character.
sailor type. I thought we had to go through this whole size seas
Oh
bullshit
yeah,
because
I'm
of
doing
you.
the fencer. Okay, now I remember. So never mind. I ain't got that many questions. Fuck you, Cody. Didn't want you on the show anyway. Bear answers all my questions.
Good God.
The
Enjoy your
all-knowing
dinner
bear.
with life, though. Love you like a fat kid loves cake, brother.
Hop on that like a fat kid on a Smartie.
Which is a type of M&M in Canada. Made custom class just for me. That's right. Screw all you guys. You're normal.
Man, we use that good Cadbury chocolate so it doesn't taste like vomit.
Yeah. Well, I have mocha mint coffee creamer, so I don't care.
Very nice. Ooh. I wasn't loving anybody there, Cody. Don't drag me into this weirdness.
I like my coffee like I like my women, without another man's cock in them.
Jesus Christ.
It's the truth.
Was he like this before I got here, Sean, or is this like just he's been acting up because he's got more people?
I've
I
been
don't pay
acting up the
attention.
whole time. Come on, dude. Who you
Was
talking
that Sean? I couldn't hear you over answering the question I asked you over Hungar talking. What was that, Sean?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Oh, good. That's fair.
Okay, he named my show. He knows how I am.
I know how you are. I've been on your show many a time I've had you on my shows many a time. You're in a game I run. We're going to be in a game playing together. I know you well. And sometimes you're a little extra about it. Sometimes you and Justin kind of start feeding each other the energy, and next thing you know, food folks in der Führer, you know?
Yeah, I'm just in a really good mood.
Well, that's good to hear, man.
It was a great doctor's appointment today. Dinner turned out perfect.
And there was no other man's cock in your coffee. So it just was like
Exactly.
That's always a bonus.
fucking red letter day for fucking Hungar.
I like to live my life that way without somebody else's cock in my food.
Or a woman.
Or my own, really. Like, I'm not a big fan of my own cock in my food.
That's also a very good point. Yeah.
Or a woman.
No, I like my cock in a woman. That's actually a good place for it. Thank you. Yes.
I like, it's like when I was younger, I used to like my coffee black and strong, just like my women.
I always thought Eddie Izzard had the best version of that, which is I like my coffee like I like my women in a paper cup. It just pretty much sums it up.
Cockwomble
Coffee. Okay, for those of you who aren't on my Discord, I must share with you the greatest thing I have ever seen in my Discord, which was this. According to the Urban Dictionary, cockwomble is derogatory British slang for a person, usually male, who is prone to making outrageously stupid statements or inappropriate behavior while having a very high opinion of their own wisdom and importance, or a droopy-faced, beardy-eyed gopher of a man who shit-talks others' YouTube videos in California.
And the nurses up here are just awesome.
You have a little harem of nurses from what I saw.
I got 2 nurses come to my house like once a month, 2 different nurses.
Is it different nurses each time because they won't come back, or are they fighting for the
privilege? Oh, no,
privilege?
they're the same nurses. They fight to make sure that they're scheduled for their day over at my house. People like me for some reason.
They're thirsty for Hungar.
Hungar gets the bitches.
I believe it.
And if you don't believe me, I lived in Florida, and all those mosquitoes sucking my blood are all female. So I got all the bitches in Florida.
Don't tell them it's generally true of all mosquitoes. They're the one. The female is the one that goes hunting.
That's right. I get all the bitches in Florida. Yeah. So what else is everybody up to?
LIVIN, man.
Yeah, just plugging away.
I've been posting horrible memes like this one.
I can't read the text.
Died of multiple
aneurysms, which is kind of like different strokes.
Got it.
Oh.
The devil whispered, "I'm coming for you." And I whispered back, "That's gay." It's true.
Where's your sidekick tonight?
He has a date with the woman.
Yeah, he was here earlier.
Not my brother. We're talking about Justin.
Oh, Justin. Okay.
Yeah.
I only date black girls because I hate meeting fathers.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna get us all banned just by association.
Nah, they love me on YouTube. I bring the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Super time here at Casa de Sombre.
I'm sorry I don't speak your language.
Yeah, but you speak Canadian French.
I'm sorry I don't understand.
You speak English?
I have no idea what you're speaking of.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
I don't speak English.
I had a friend who taught English in Japan. She was there for many years. She was fluent in Japanese. She would ask people for directions, Japanese people, and the older people would look at her and in Japanese say, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English," in response to her speaking Japanese to them.
That's right.
That's pretty fucking brutal.
It's like that old Simon Pegg skit where a woman comes up and she's like, "Hi, I'm lost. Do you speak English?" And he's on his bike. He's like, "No, I don't speak English." And he's answering her in English. Mm-hmm. And then she goes to German and he's like, "German?" And he starts speaking German. He's like, "No, I don't speak German either." And then another guy comes up and it's the same thing. And they both look at each other after she walks away and it's like, I do speak English.
Sounds like a Simon Pegg thing. One of my friends went to high school with Simon Pegg. She's British. She moved here to get married, and he would come. And when he comes to Toronto, they actually get together. And, they meet up, and she'd send me pictures. And I'm like, "Am I invited to join you?" And she's like, "No." Well, and it's like, "Stop sending me these fucking pictures."
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I don't want to see your shit if I'm not allowed. So let's see if I can get a copyright strike.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to play that Simon Pegg video.
Well, I gotta go, guys. I got a game I gotta get ready for.
No, whatever.
No, don't be hateful. Don't be hateful.
You don't love me no more.
Never loved you to begin with. Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, I know what you said, Shadow. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Gullible, buddy.
Bear don't love me.
Oh my God, Hunger.
I'm going to fall asleep on my big old pillows, crying.
Go ahead. Hit your little video.
Excuse me. Sorry. Do you speak English?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh. My car's broken down, and I wondered if you could tell me where to find a garage.
Well, that's wasted on me. I don't understand what you're saying.
You don't speak any English at all.
Not a word. No. It's one of those things where I wish I paid more attention in school. But excuse me. Sorry. Do you speak any English?
English? No. What's the problem?
I don't know. I can't understand it.
Hi. My car's broken down, and I need to find a garage.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that at all.
All right. Well, thanks.
Tell you what, if you go down that way, about half a mile, there's a village. There might be somebody there that speaks English.
Ich speak ein bisschen Deutsch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Deutsch, nein. Sprichst du Deutsch?
Deutsch? Nein. Nun, ein oder zwei Wörter, aber ich bin nicht fließend.
I'm sorry, could you more help?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, you never know. Next time you're over, maybe we'll have learned a bit of English for you.
Ja, oder Deutsch vielleicht.
Ja, das wäre toll.
Thanks, anyway.
I can speak English.
So can I.
I just always found that, funny.
Well, that's good.
And Bear's leaving, and I've went 23 minutes past the time that I wanted to.
See, I'm the St. Elmo's fire of your clock.
You're the catalyst.
I am the warning in the well.
You're the wrench in the cogs that broke the hungars.
And
Cock
you
in the
are the
womble.
wind beneath my wings, and yes, you are the cock in the womble. That's what
I could fly higher than a beagle.
Okay.
They got those big ears, and if you
Yeah,
kick
I'm
them
gonna
really
go.
hard, they do fly.
Yep, that was my cue. Good night, gentlemen.
Cheers, man.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. Hey, Brian. Hey, look, Brian. Look. Art on the wall. Sean, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, well, you went on at a time when I caught you nice and early, and I happened to be free. So
It was fantastic. It's always good to see you.
yeah, you too. We'll have a good night, and we'll chat soon. Enjoy Cody's game. I'll try to tune in when you guys do it. Are you doing streaming it live, or is it just
I
offline?
don't know at the moment. Hopefully,
Elfbait was running one. I wasn't able to tune in, and yeah, it's the way that goes. But
yeah, it'll either be live or not. But everybody, thanks for tuning in this video. You can like, subscribe, and share because it's not as extra as yesterday's live stream. Oh my God, I am even embarrassed about that a little bit. I am Rogue. I'm like Rogue One.
oh, he said Rouge. You're looking awfully red.
Oh, I'm Rouge. Ooh, it's all the excitement. But peace, love, chicken grease, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in and all that good jazz. Good games.
Good night, everyone.
Congrats on closing, buddy. get that house.